Hello and welcome to Film Seizure. This month, Jason and I are picking a couple movies, so I'll say hi to Jason real quick.
Hey,
hi, Jason.
I'm here.
How are you?
I'm here.
I'm kind of doing this a little out of order, but I'll say hi to Jeff too. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, you know what? I know why you saved me for last because it's titular.
You're the favorite.
Yeah.
So Jason and I are both picking two movies this month. The first two are from the New York Times 100 Best Movies from This Century So Far. And the other
Just
two
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it's real easy to say. And the other two, as you'll find out later, are like schlocky, bad movies, I guess.
Where I
Not
live.
bad, they're schlocky.
Yeah. You guys are coming to my neighborhood on the back end of this month.
Yes. So, assumingly really good movies for the first two, and then we'll see about the last two. But the first of them is likely to be my favorite of the month. I'm just making the favorite joke again. We're doing Yorgos Lanthimos 2018 film, The Favorite. One of the stipulations for these two films to start the month is that we hadn't seen these movies. I'd heard a lot about this movie, and I've seen other Yorgos Lanthimos films, but I had not seen this one yet, which is why I chose it. And man, it's a fun and sad movie.
Hey, anybody else getting Stanley Kubrick vibes off this?
A little bit.
A little bit of Barry Lyndon?
Little Barry Lyndon.
A lot of that natural light stuff going on.
Yep.
Yes, used to great effect in this movie, I think. Yeah, so this is my first time watching this. Jeff, had you seen this one before?
No, but I knew that Olivia Colman was Best Actress. Kind of a surprise Best Actress.
Yeah, this movie, I think, came out of nowhere just in general, right?
Well, I mean, it got nominated. It had 10 nominations. And it won tons of awards across the spectrum. But it only won one award that year at the Academy Awards.
Interesting.
And that was for Olivia Colman. I remember when I was doing my little ballot that year, the only thing I didn't care, the whole year could go to hell for all I cared, as long as Olivia Colman won Best Actress. I was like, that is the lock in my mind. And sure enough.
Well, and I think the expectation though was that was one of those Glenn Close years, right? Where it was like, this is the year for her. Was that same year?
She was in The Wife.
I think she was the favorite. Well, not
the sentimental pick.
Well, not necessarily. I thought she was also maybe the odds-on favorite.
I would guess if there was really probably a real competition here, probably would have been Lady Gaga maybe for A Star Is Born.
Star Is Born.
But it's a pretty weak year, honestly.
Was Emma Stone nominated?
Her and Rachel Weisz were both nominated for supporting.
So they probably canceled each other out, if that's a thing.
Probably.
And Regina King won. I have not seen If Beale Street Could Talk, but I'm assuming that was very deserving. Regina King's a very good actor.
Nice.
Amy Adams in Vice was also in the supporting.
Oh yeah.
Arguably, the movie I think that probably did the best, other than Black Panther and the technical stuff, would have been Roma. Because it won Best Director, Best Cinematography, and Best Foreign Film. And this is year infamously that Green Book won Best Picture, which a lot of people consider to be pretty much horseshit. Yeah.
And that has been
that movie, but
that has been more and more like shit on as time has gone on, right? Kind of like Crash.
It'll go down in history as one of the worst Best Pictures. Yeah.
And I think that to also be a little bit fair to Green Book, I hadn't seen it either. I wasn't really all that interested in it. From what most people say is that it's a bad winner, but not a bad movie. It's a whatever. It's a fine movie, but it was one of those, white liberal Hollywood wants to feel good about itself kind of picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it won Best Original Screenplay too, which was odd. I remember thinking that was odd because to me, I mean, it's the favorite hands down.
I mean, this is an original.
Yeah, I would have easily been my pick for best original screenplay. And then, I mean, again, I haven't seen it, but I know Mahershala Ali to be a very good actor, and he won Best Actor in a supporting role. So,
Yeah, it was part of his back-to-back.
but the 3 movies from this year that are on the New York Times list are Black Panther, Roma, and The Favorite. So take that for whatever you will.
Interesting.
Yes.
I hadn't even thought to go look through.
Black Panther clocked in at 96. The Favorite was 52, and Roma 46.
Interesting.
Yep.
All I recognized was that Godzilla Minus One was nowhere near this list, and I was a little concerned about that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Minus one, honestly. I would slot it in here before some of the things on this list, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, all lists are gonna be.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you can't account for taste, right?
But it's kind of weird looking at this list and thinking, man, I forgot that was this century. Like Brokeback Mountain just seems such an old movie to me.
It seems like a mid-90s movie.
Same with
But it is like 20 years old though now. So
yeah, I mean, some of these movies it just feels like they were in the 90s. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, this was I've seen this movie several times now. In fact, twice this year now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I like this movie a lot. I like Yorgos quite a bit. I still haven't seen Kinds of Kindness though.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
The thing that I found interesting when I watched The Favorite was that it didn't sound like a Yorgos Lanthimos film. He has his style of his writing and his actor's delivery in most of his films is very like matter of fact and stilted, right? With like very little emotion. It's all kind of like Spock in a way.
Yeah.
Right. And that was a surprise to me, and I was relieved by it because I thought that the script and the style of acting really served the story so much better than if he had tried to force them into his sort of like stylistic framing.
Does he usually write his movies? 'Cause
Yes,
he obviously
he
didn't
wrote
write this.
He didn't
up
write this
until
one.
The Favorite, and he did not write Poor Things. Same writer, McNamara, as The Favorite. But then he wrote Kinds of Kindness, which I haven't seen, but I've heard it goes back to some of that more like matter of fact, stilty style. Yeah.
Yeah, characters are very. I mean, like if you thought the characters in Poor Things were strange. Oh boy.
His new movie is Begonia, which is a remake of the South Korean film Save the Green Planet, which should be interesting.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Comes out on Halloween.
Ooh, nifty.
Yeah.
Nice.
One thing, I mean, I think that's why I was thinking, that's why I think I kept getting like the Stanley Kubrick vibes, because not only is there an element of satire in Barry Lyndon, everything seems like it was purpose built for this movie. Like this movie looks and feels very expensive and very well crafted.
Well, even thematically, right?
Well, yeah, but
So much thematically is
sure.
Yeah.
And, so it's like, yeah, there is this kind of, yeah, like you were saying, it's like, there's this, not an imposter, but somebody who doesn't seemingly fit here, but more than you would know, or more than you would guess. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even think I watched this on what is today? Wednesday. I watched it on Monday, and I don't even think I've had enough time to fully form what I think of this movie and what it's telling me, especially at the end. Like, so it'll be interesting to talk about it because I think it'll probably come to me as we're talking about it. But I know I liked it. I know it's fun, and I know I was sad, and it's kind of, I don't want to say grotesque, but sometimes gross, I guess.
Well, yeah, I would say it is, because honestly, I look at it as when when the powerful become like when the powerful do like gross things that you think only normal or people beneath them would do, would think of as gross, it's got like an extra layer of grossness to it.
But and also everyone who's performing anything that would be seen as beautiful otherwise is doing it to an end.
Yes.
Which I think is what's gross about, like, most gross about it is that, like, you can't really trust anyone's emotions in this other than maybe Olivia Colman as the queen. Maybe. I don't even know if you can trust her.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
She's
I
a
think
complicated character. There's a lot going on there, and she emotes it all so perfectly. I mean, she is in constant grief. She's,
in constant pain.
Constant pain. And she has a stilted maturity, to the point where she is just like childish at times, right?
I was, to kind of speak to that real quick. I wondered if it came across as, I don't know. It's like, I was thinking, it's like, yeah, this is what happens when all of the royalty was so fucking inbred. It's like, this is what you're going to get.
Though, too, like, we don't know how long.
Not long. It was only like 20 years or something like that.
We need to also separate the fact that this is not a real telling of her story. Like,
right.
It is a very much a fabrication, a fictional, telling of Queen Anne. But she was queen for, not very long.
Like 10, 15, 20 years, something like that.
12 years.
So she was with her husband for a little while, the king, and then he died but these are all characters who existed and they all had relationships in one way or another. It is very much like Amadeus, right? Like, I was also picking up a lot of Amadeus here.
I love the, it's not subtle at all, but it's hilarious. Like the examination of classism in this, like just all the absolutely insane eccentric things that the people in Parliament and the royals and the court and all these people that they do. That's just like biding time, right? It's just the shit we do at court, right? At the expense of the servants and the groundskeepers and the way they talk about the citizens of the UK, of England, and the Tories, and how they're just constantly shit upon at the whims of the bourgeois.
It's interesting too, because in war movies, because there's a war going on during this movie, but I wouldn't call it a war movie.
Oh,
right?
No. Yeah.
Besides the war that's going on in the house. But you actually feel like that, like in most war movies, you don't feel how long it's taking to get from one place to another or whatever. Somehow in this movie, because of all the things that are transpiring while they're waiting for a battle to take place, you're like, man, it took them forever to get places back then.
Yep.
Because there is a lot of, like you said, like biding time, because they're all waiting for basically a battle to happen and the outcome of that battle. Some are trying to stop it, obviously, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it's a movie about politics too, in many different ways, and the ugliness behind that, and the responsibilities, but also like the I guess inflated sense of self that can bring about, right, and corrupt. It's very much a movie about just the corruption of power in so many ways. Yeah. Which again is like very much Barry Lyndon, right?
Who wants to set it up? Jeff, you're good at setting movies up. What's happening here?
Yeah. So the movie basically starts, it's the early 18th century. So I think it's like, 1705, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's, so this is the middle of a pretty protracted war with France. Queen Anne is the queen of England solo. Her husband, who I can't remember now, who her husband was, he's not ever brought up.
George the First.
Okay. So George had passed away at some point, like I think 1702 or something like that. So but she's been in somewhat ill health, and she is not all that interested in ruling anymore. She kind of just, whatever her whims are just kind of seen to, basically.
Yeah.
She has a very close, trusted advisor in Lady Sarah Churchill, the
Who
Duchess of
effectively
Marlborough.
runs the company or runs
Exactly.
the country.
Yeah, she basically is running things. She is queen by de facto queen.
Yeah.
Essentially, basically, she gets what she wants, and part of what she wants is to make sure that this war continues, because her husband is the leader of, or has something to
The
do,
general or the captain or something.
yeah, he basically is the head of the State Department, really, or the War Department.
Mm-hmm.
In so many words. Mark Gatiss, by the way, plays that. He's just recently was in Fantastic Four. He was the talk show host.
Yep.
He's also done a shit ton of Doctor Who. He's actually,
He was a part of Sherlock too, wasn't
He was.
I believe so.
He
Yep.
was Mycroft.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sherlock. He shows up a lot.
Yeah, he's all over the place. But yeah, so Rachel Weisz is Lady Sarah, and basically she kind of runs things with somewhat of an iron fist. Like
she's kind of in league with the Earl of Godolphin, Sidney Godolphin, who is he's essentially like I guess if you would call him a prime minister, he is the prime minister. It's like the head.
I think they actually even referred to him as prime minister once. Yeah,
because there was a change of power later in the movie, and
Yep.
It's like
because the opposition takes over.
The opposition party is Nicholas Hoult is the leader of the opposition party.
God, I love him in this movie.
Oh my God! Every time he showed up, I lost
Nicholas Hoult is just the best. Like, is he
so good.
Is he ever bad at anything?
No,
Isn't.
no.
Yep.
One of these days, we really probably should do About a Boy at some point.
Yeah, I forgot that was him.
That's a good movie, man.
I've never seen it.
Oh, so good. A movie that feels ancient now, but was this century. Anyway, but yeah, so that's basically the political structure that is going on. Meanwhile, we see the arrival of Abigail Hill, who is Emma Stone. Now, Abigail is the niece to Lady Sarah.
I thought they were cousins.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right, cousins.
Yep.
You're right, cousins, because her father was
Her
Lady
uncle.
Sarah's uncle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Abigail's father
Yeah.
was.
Yes. Now, Abigail has fallen from class, basically. Her father was a horrific gambler.
Mm-hmm.
And basically lost her when she was a teenager to a fat German with a tiny cock.
A thin cock.
A thin cock. Well, yeah, you know.
Who I convinced I had my blood for 28 days of the month.
Right, yes. Keep his mitts off of her. Anyway, so like basically that side of that family has lost everything, but Abigail arrives at I guess is it Westminster? I mean,
they never really say where it is, but I assume it's where. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. So she arrives basically at the castle and seeks employment. And at first is working like basically in the kitchen with the maid staff, with the servant class. Oh my God. The fat lady who runs everything. like at one point it's like you don't fuck in the kitchen, basically.
Yeah. She says, what is this? If you do that in the bar, not in here.
Yeah.
if that's what this is.
That's what this is. Yeah.
This dirt smells like shit.
Yeah, because she talks about how, like, this mud smells bad, which I have a feeling she actually fell in some horse shit.
Yeah, because one of the people says they poop
one of the
in the
maids
streets.
that kind of hazes her a lot. Says, yeah, people shit in the streets around here. That's what she says.
Yeah.
Man,
All
I
of the
was
worst
really hoping
places.
she'd get comeuppance in this movie. That the one that hazed her a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, she did in a way because she was serving Abigail by the end.
Yeah, but we never see it, I guess.
We do a couple times. I mean, she kind of treats her like shit.
Okay.
That's the same woman who is
but like shit in a way that a person above their class would treat them, right? Like,
Right.
she doesn't haze her or anything. She doesn't like cause her physical pain, but she's like, I'm better than you. Yeah.
Right.
That's the woman who is a full-grown woman with the voice of a child, right?
Yeah, she's the one who later brings the mail.
Yeah. And it's like
Be
she's
gone
also
with
the
you, I
one
think she
where
says.
it's like, oh, yeah, get out of here. Yeah. And yeah, because like she doesn't tell her, she's like the whatever the name of the woman is. It's like she wants to see her fat toothless smile in the floor, so she wants you to scrub the floor after she had been scrubbing the floor. And then does not tell her that, you're going to need gloves for this
She
fucking acid. It's
like, oh, yes, that's lye, by the way.
Yeah.
Tendency to sting a bit.
Right.
It's like, yeah,
So-
it's a fucking chemical burn.
Yeah. So that is essentially what has happened. And also, I love how all the servants all sleep in a pile
Yeah.
in a dark room. It's like, God, that's so gross. That's so gross.
Oh,
Everything in that room, I could smell it.
Well, yeah, and the sound design is so good because you hear her little like coughs and snores and farts.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, yeah, that's kind of just suck.
So what ends up kind of turning everything is so Queen Anne has a bout of gout. Again, gout isn't really necessarily gross, but you think of it as something kind of gross, right?
It's gross though, putting beef on it.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck is that about?
Beef.
Yeah, get the beef. Yeah. But yeah, so like she's up all night with Lady Sarah trying to ease the pain. She's being attended to by her servants and all of that. Well, realizing what's going on, Abigail steals a horse and goes out into the woods and basically fetches a bunch of herbs to act as a soothing
For her hand and for the queen's leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And while she's doing that, she is spotted by Samuel Masham, played by Joe Alwyn. And he's become cunt struck by her.
That's my
God damn.
favorite. I love that.
My God, the number of times they use the word cunt, it's like, step aside, sexy beast. We got a new winner.
Oh, God.
I won't be able to repeat that. Like I can't for some reason say that, but what's funny. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's fucking
I like the word, but I can't. I don't think it's accepted around my house.
fair enough.
But anyway, I often read Justin Law Liberty's reviews on Letterboxd.
Oh yeah.
And his review for this movie is just construct. I don't tell my wife I said it.
This isn't going anywhere.
I think he even put a little trademark sign on it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. It cracked me up.
So basically, she returns and applies the stuff onto the queen when nobody else is looking, and then when Lady Sarah sees that she has entered the bedchambers of the queen without permission, she has her whipped. And that's when she's brought in by the servant guy who's going to whip her. And the fat lady's like, hey, if you're going to do this, go to the barn. If that's what this is.
But thankfully, Queen Anne says, oh, my legs, they feel better. So Sarah, I guess, I'm kind of surprised she didn't let her finish whipping her, but she goes and stops it and finds out what it was that she'd put on her, and basically that's kind of her job now, is to get that stuff and make it, right?
Yeah.
But I think at that point she
she also elevates her.
Yeah, she's her maid, Sarah's maid at this point.
Yeah.
So,
right, lady of the bedchamber.
I have a thing for the weak.
Yeah, and this is when they kind of
pity on her story, because she tells about the gambling and her father, and I guess her father went mad and burned his house down or something
with him in it. Because at one point they said, your father had charmed to burn, quite literally,
I suppose. Yeah.
I think that was Nicholas Hoult, right?
Yeah. No, it was Sarah.
No, it was Sarah that said
it was
that.
Sarah.
Yeah, okay. It was Sarah that said that.
Yeah. Because she said she always liked him. Charmed to burn, but then she was like, "Oh yeah, quite literally, I suppose."
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she's been elevated. So it's like, it's very much that, I just got my big break kind of moment.
She now has her own room.
Yeah, which she's super super happy about.
It's a closet, but still,
it's a tiny little room with like peeling paint or whatever,
but it's not the farting, snoring.
It is
fucking
own room with a bed. Yeah,
yes,
which is all that matters. Yeah.
And so you think that Anne, her ascension, or Abigail, her ascension is like, basically that ends that phase of the movie where you think her ascension is out of her being good and kind and not playing much of an angle.
Yeah.
But the whole while, though, she's calculating.
Yeah. She's in a new environment. She's made it known that she was a lady, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell that is something that stuck in her craw. It's like this life as a servant is beneath her.
Yes.
Right? But she makes it all sound like she'll do whatever anybody says whenever they.
Oh, the whole when she first comes in and she's covered in dirt and she's telling Sarah that she's hoping to get a job here, and it's like, as what, a monster for the children? And her going, well, if you want me to, I could watch that for 2 hours. But I decided we go ahead and give the rest of this movie a shot. Because that was the first big laugh I had in the movie. It was like, it just, because it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But then
I should mention real quickly, while I'm thinking about it, that this movie is told in chapters, much like next week's movie, strangely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first chapter, it's a line that somebody says is the name of each chapter. And in this one, chapter 1, it was "This mud stinks." And at this point, we're, I think, moving into chapter 2, which is fear and confusion.
Yeah. So the first sign that it seems as though that maybe Abigail is every bit as much of a schemer as she will turn out to be is she sees Samuel Masham again, and he's kind of following her through the hallway. Or no, she's following him, and then when he turns around, she turns around to make it seem like he's following her. And basically, he makes a playful comment about, he makes a comment about whipping her, to which she makes the playful comment of, "I shall be waiting," or "I shall wait," or something like that. And like, she's like, "Oh, maybe I overstepped," but like, she knows what she's doing. And I was like, yeah, that's a good line. I like it.
This is when Nicholas Hoult, the minority leader,
Robert Harley. Yeah.
notices her as well, and he's told that's damn it,
Sarah Churchill's.
Lady Sarah's new maid. And he's like, oh, really? And then you can see the mechanisms starting to turn in his head, because he has just had a scene where he has gotten in her face, Lady Churchill's face. There's a big argument with him, the majority leader, and her about the war, and they have won a big battle. Sarah and the majority leader think that they should press on and win another battle before they sue for peace, as they say. Otherwise, it'll look like they're desperate to end the war if they try right away. And minority leader Nicholas Hoult, Robert Harley, he's like, no, we need to end it now. We've already taxing the common people too much.
He's trying to represent them. Yeah,
right. It's like we need to end it. But she wants to double the tax, and he's like, no fucking way. And before this, we've seen a duck race.
Yes.
One of those things.
Must the duck be present?
And the duck that wins is the majority leader's duck. I can't remember his name. Horatio.
Yeah, Horatio.
The duck's name. And the duck is in the meeting, and Nicholas Hoult is just disgusted by it. But I think the funniest thing in this movie, in my opinion, it's so little, but it always makes me laugh, is Nicholas Hoult gets right up in Sarah's face, and he's like staring down at her, and their faces are like inches apart, and they stand like that for about, I don't know, 15 seconds, and then the duck quacks. And he just goes off in a huff.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Because she's not backing down, and that quack just kind of breaks the tension. It's so good.
And that guy's name is Godolphin, right? The guy who has Horatio.
Yes. Yeah, Godolphin is the majority leader. He's the prime minister. Yeah. So, because that's a big thing here too. Robert Harley, one, wants peace. Two, seemingly is representing the farmers who are paying for the war.
Yeah.
Who also he recognizes are the ones going off to fight the war. No, so not only are they paying by, not only are they paying out of the coffers, they're also paying by being put into coffins.
Yes.
And
he also,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, he also realizes that Sarah is keeping some of the important information from the queen, like the will of the people and how the people feel about what's happening is not being shared with the queen.
And when
which is weird.
Actually share that with the queen, it's effective. Like she doesn't want to be the queen that's hated. Right. Yeah. She may not want to really be the queen, but she certainly doesn't want to be the queen that's hated. And you get a sense that she has real empathy, in a way as well, although it's probably mostly narcissism.
I don't know. She's losing her mind a little bit too. So
she's had a lifetime of pain.
But she's like absent-minded. She doesn't know where she is sometimes.
That's very true. She's like blinded by pain a lot of the time. Yeah.
I mean, she has 17 rabbits, one representing each child she has lost.
Yep.
So the reason I said that is because I don't think it's that she doesn't want to be queen. I think she can't in the way that you would need to. I don't think she would know how to be anything else than queen, right? It's kind of like... just her faculties are going, and she's in pain, and the only thing she knows is to be the leader of this country. But I mean, you're right. It is debilitating in multiple ways. Her body and somebody's failing her, and somebody is willing failing her. Yeah.
Well, there's somebody who's willing to basically run the thing for her. Why not take that? And I don't think it's that either. Like, I don't think she wants to let Sarah do this. She just can't stop it. Plus, Sarah is manipulating her. I think there's a level of trust, though, that gets eroded throughout the course of the movie. Sure. And she's happy to go along with Sarah's political will, as long as it's
seems reasonable. And if
But she is still making the final decisions and sending Sarah out there to relay them. She just doesn't have all the information now, and she doesn't always know what information Sarah's actually relaying. She's unaware that she's putting a 2 times tax on people to begin with.
Right. Well, she is, yeah, like
well,
basically.
she's told that. She's told that there was a tax, and then she was told that it will be a 2 times tax.
I just don't think that she knows that the people can't really pay it.
She is completely
That's the part.
divorced from the reality of the consequences.
Right.
And
And
there's lots
that's
of layers to blame for that.
sure.
One of them being fucking queen and not
Right.
being among the people, right?
Well, I also think that, it's like Sarah, I mean, yes, to go back to the idea that Sarah is manipulating her to the point where she knows what she wants the queen to decree. And so she only gives the information that will only lead to that solution. So it's like, it would be like me telling you guys about a movie that you can never see, but only telling you the good stuff about it to make it seem like it's, for you to also say it's the best movie you've ever seen.
Right.
Like it's,
Yeah.
it's, I'm only giving you so much information there.
It's interesting though. It's complicated because I do truly believe.
I think that's exactly what Sarah's done for years now. She's only given. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there. I think I froze.
Sorry, I think I froze for a moment, but go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think the relationship is complicated because I don't necessarily think that Sarah has bad intentions toward the queen. I think there's a genuine friendship there. I think there's a genuine care for the queen's well-being, but I also do believe that she understands how all of that serves her purposes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's able to keep it like all working. Because when you see what happens with Abigail, when she tries to step into that, she's out of her depth, right?
Yeah.
There is not a genuine care that is being attended to where the queen is concerned. So I think that makes you kind of flip the switch a little bit because you kind of root for Abigail, the first part of this movie. It's like, yeah, take her down. Right? But then you kind of realize, oh, Abigail she really, when you see the contrast between the two of them in the same role, you start to understand the complexity of the relationship between Sarah and the queen so much better. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's around this point where, the queen and Sarah are going to go to like a little dance party. They're going to go to a little dance party.
Oh my God, what is it with Yorgos and crazy dancing in his movies?
I don't know, but man, Rachel Weisz, like she's like surveying the crowd and she calls her shot and it's like you. And I'd be like, and to be honest with you, I'd be like, yeah, I'm up for this. Sure.
Steph was like, did they actually dance like this? I was like, yeah, in Top Secret.
Yes. But again, this is there's a little bit of Amadeus here, right? Because there's like these crazy parties that's got way too much powder and makeup going on here. Oh my God. Picture of masculinity, those guys back then.
It's kind of like anachronistic to prove a point, right?
Yes.
It's almost like to show the parties like they were maybe wouldn't be enough.
It would be boring.
We have to make it insane to sort of drive home the point that the extravagance of these things, right?
And to inform you that this is satire.
Yeah, and also just to make you fucking laugh because it's hilarious.
Yeah. Like this is satire, people.
I mean, I don't know which was better, the dance scene in this one or in Poor Things. I really don't know. They're both great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really good.
Yeah. Although this one's got the bending backwards like thing the guy does. Oh my God.
And when they get interrupted, they're like in the middle of some kind of like hand slap, like knee slap thing. It's like
But yeah,
Queen is not having it. She's like, none of this. None of
this
these,
is ridiculous.
this is not the Ministry of Silly Dances.
So basically the queen's like, I shall go back to my bedchamber, and Sarah wheels her back, and all the while Abigail is just kind of lurking.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees something that is incredibly important for her ends.
Yes.
Once the queen and once Anne and Sarah are alone, they start kissing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it becomes, not only is Sarah the keeper of the queen's secrets, but now Abigail is the keeper of the biggest secret.
Yes, it's a pretty big one. It's a
pretty big.
Big one.
Pretty big. Yeah.
But she's kind of smart the way she plays it, right? Because she doesn't. She's like, well, she uses it later, right? To manipulate the queen, not in a way to embarrass Sarah, right? She uses it in the most effective way later.
Yeah, because Sarah, I mean, like,
but she does kind of like overstep a bit, and they have a conversation when they're shooting, because Sarah and Abigail, they in their downtime, they shoot trap, or not trap.
Yep.
Quail,
Quail,
like skeet quail, I guess.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, I assume it's
quail.
Throw.
And they have the kind of a guarded, cryptic conversation about things. Abigail is kind of testing the waters a little bit, and kind of alluding to something things she may know, and that's when Sarah, she pulls the gun and fires it right at her, but it only has the powder charge in it. It doesn't have the
pellet.
The pellets. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she essentially, it's a warning. It's like, it's.
I'm not going to forget to load the pellet next time. Is what she's essentially saying.
And when people don't understand the order of things, there's fear and confusion. There's your part 2 chapter. Yeah. Yeah.
Chekhov's gun. That's not Chekhov's gun in this movie.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're very true.
I mean, I guess she did use it, but not in the way you'd expect when that kind of thing is introduced, and she said we'd be wise not to forget this or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And then, yes, it's chapter 3. What an outfit.
Oh, God.
What an outfit.
Oh, man, that's a good line. Yeah, so basically, at this point now, so there are 2 people who are vying for Abigail in 2 different ways. One is Robert Harley, who wants her to do something for him, to which she's like, "Oh, you want to sleep with me?" And he's like, "No, I'll have my servant do that. He's completely construct by you."
Yes.
And she's like, okay, then what else what else could you possibly want here? And he's like, I want you to basically be my eyes and ears with the queen. He's trying to get additional information. And when she initially says that she won't betray the trust of her cousin and the queen, what was it that he said? It was like, oh, look, what is it that...
Oh, a wren.
Oh, a wren. Yeah. Look, a wren. And he just
so
pushes
cute.
her down.
And then she looks and he just pushes her in a ditch. Yeah.
Are you okay down there?
But, so he... so basically he's like, this is what I want from you. Think on it. I'll let you think on it for years, it seems like, also. But she also gets visited by Samuel Masham in her chambers, to which he is dressed ridiculously. dressed like Robert Harley with the big fluffy wig and like the knickers and like all of it is just nuts. And that's when she's like, "Oh, what an outfit!" And to which he's like, "Well, Harley said that this would be appealing," and she's like, "Really? Are you sure?" And because like she takes off the wig and she puts it on herself, which, it's like, because it's ridiculous.
She like smooshes all the makeup off his face.
Yeah. And she's like, "See, look, you're an attractive person after all." But also when he first comes in, it's like, she asks if, what was it? She asks if he's there to rape her. To which he says no, and she kind of is disappointed by it.
Yeah. Seduce me or to rape me. And she like, I was like, "Oh, rape then." And she just like lays back on the bed like a stiff board.
But yeah, so they spend the night together, but he would be.
No, he doesn't. He rebuff her. She rebuff her.
She kicks him out.
She kicks him out the first time. It's the second time.
He goes back to Harley, and he's like, "Yeah, she wasn't going for it, dude." It's like, I don't think the get up was the right move. And he was like, "What? Men should be pretty."
Yeah, men should be pretty. And he's like, "Okay, you do it your way next time."
Your way next time, exactly.
And yeah, the next time they end up spending the night together, and he is not uninterested in the idea of marrying her. It's just that the problem is that she is just a maid. She is not of his status. So that's another thing she needs to work on.
Yes, and
because he's her ticket back to royalty,
and
or not royalty, but like lordship.
Because she's kind of striking up a bit of a friendship with the queen. Because the queen, well, actually, it's Sarah kind of fucks up because Sarah can't make it to meet the queen, so she sends Abigail
for a game of whist.
For a game of whist, correct. And she's like, "I was sent in her stead because I'm an excellent whist player."
That was what her father lost her to.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
And but at first the queen isn't into it.
She's not having it.
She's like, "No, go back and tell her I want her." But then seeing her in here, she doesn't want to give up her chance. Abigail, she mentions the rabbits.
The rabbits are something that Lady Sarah calls morbid.
Yes.
Yes, because they're surrogates for her children who she's lost.
Dead children. Yeah.
Yes. A few were born stillborn. A few were died in the womb.
Yeah.
Born as blood.
A few. She had a few days with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she takes an interest, and that softens the queen to her because no one has taken that kind of interest.
Yeah, she'll get down on the ground with her and do the things that Sarah prevents her from doing because I don't know if it keeps her off task or it's beneath her. It's like all the things that she would lose the queen probably if she let her go down this path a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's maybe not so much that she finds no value in it, but that she doesn't want to encourage it too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost it's
like she's kind of dealing with a mentally ill person, so she's got to keep it.
She's got to keep her on the right side of things if she can.
And kind of keep her on her toes too, right? Keep her energy up when she can. Keep her feeling, no pain as much as possible. Keeping her mind active in other things, not letting her dwell on grief. Yeah, yeah.
And even the sex, I think, is to make her feel human and not right. It's not sexy. It's yeah.
No, but you don't get the sense that she's disgusted by it either.
No, but there's a reason for it that isn't sexual.
I also think that
she's not
known
disgusted
each other since they were children, so it's very possible that they've had this relationship for a long time, right?
Very possible, and it's also very possible that she sees it as a duty,
sure,
to Queen and Country. If
Queen and Country,
yeah, that's right.
Country struck.
Yeah, country. Yeah, she's been country struck. Yes.
Queen and Country.
Whoa, no.
Maybe that wasn't a duck quacking earlier.
Oh, Frank. Better get the plumbing checked. But no,
Step on a duck.
but she, but like, she's the one. She'll play with the rabbits. There's one in particular that represents one of the children. That it's for her birthday. It's
Is it Leonidas or something?
Something. Yeah.
Rembrandt or Rimhard or
Ramrod.
Ramrod. It might be Ramrod. But yeah, it's his day, so it's like, okay, well, we'll play with him, and and it's like, okay, so she sees it, but Abigail misunderstands the sexuality of it, because what does she do later? She sets kind of a honey trap by sleeping in her bed naked.
Oh yeah,
and that is not really what the queen. That's not that's not the same thing that Queen and Sarah does.
Well, I mean, it
Together.
works.
It works.
it puts it. It's putting it in her head. I think more than anything.
I don't think she expects the queen to jump her right then.
Not Sarah.
Abigail.
Abigail knows how to play a long game.
Yeah, she's doing it with the one dude. She's doing it with everybody. Everybody in this movie, she's playing the long game with.
And she's, I like, yeah, I mean, and she's calculating. I mean, you literally see her calculating in her head many times, where she's like, "Shut up, I'm thinking,"
Yes, especially when she's around Matheson or Masham,
right? And she is like, I will not become, one of those girls selling their ass to men with syphilis on the streets, right? Because she knows, like, that's sadly could be her fate, and you can't blame her for wanting for recognizing the cruelty of the world and of her position and wanting to exploit what she can, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Especially when it may be at the expense of these fucking people who are just kind of gross in general because of their extravagance. It's where she kind of like turns later, where you start kind of being with her, because at this point I'm with her. Right? I'm rooting for her. But eventually you don't.
right.
But yeah, I guess
power corrupts, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
No, what I was basically saying about like the quote unquote honey trap is it's not the same thing that she witnessed or that she knows is going on with the queen and with Sarah. So I think she does have, I think she is putting it out there.
Sure.
But I don't think she understands the dynamic of that relationship, which comes fully to bear by the end, that she doesn't understand.
That definitely matters, that she doesn't understand the relationship.
Exactly.
She was just using something she saw.
And she's
to get what she wants here.
She's feeling things out.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Yeah.
She'll be feeling them in and out later. Real good.
Oh boy.
I like it when she puts her tongue inside me. But yeah, they're getting close. They're getting friendly, and I think it's the next chapter, a minor hitch, where she says, "I thought we would race these lobsters and then we'd eat them."
Yeah.
It just sums up all the madness of this court that we've been seeing, right, so well.
Yeah, playing with their food, know.
Yeah.
This is when Sarah fights for the power back, because she sees that Abigail is getting too much of it. Pretty chummy. And one time when she was going to get like you said, the two lobsters to eat and race, she comes and barges in and is like, "No, this is queen is mine," basically. And the queen sends Abigail away.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too far ahead, because the next thing that I remember Abigail doing is poisoning Sarah over tea.
Yeah. I mean,
am I missing anything important before that?
I think essentially, like,
well, there was one moment where the queen sends Sarah to go talk to Nicholas Holt.
Yeah.
And and said to him basically that what was it that she says? Something about, that it's like, well, what did she say to you to send you? Is like that Harley is a fop and a prat and smells like a 96-year-old French horse vajuju. Again, more killer dialogue here.
Yes, and we do also have the whole politics of the taxes are still at play here, and Abigail has been again kind of like summoned by Harley, and he's trying to get information about when they plan to announce the tax. And she's kind of like giving him just little bits and pieces of breadcrumbs of information, and he's like, "Why do I feel like that's not everything?" And she's like, "Really, that's all I know." He's like, "Do you want to be punched?"
Yeah.
But she essentially like gives up the information that on a certain day the Queen is coming to Parliament and she's going to announce the tax. So that allows him to kind of preempt that announcement by referring to a conversation that they had at the ball, where she had agreed to not do the tax, and he was kind of taking her at her word at that. And then he says, so he's like giving her like these preemptive congratulations and things, and huzzah for the Queen for not further taxing the common man, and it kind of puts her in a bind. She doesn't know what to do because she
passes out.
So she just like collapses.
Yeah, she just shuts down. Yeah.
I don't even think that she does shut down. I just don't think she has has no idea what to do. She's just like, well, no one will question it if the Queen just claps. That'll get me out of the room, right?
Good stuff.
But anyway, their plan for now has been thwarted on that score. Sarah is pleading with the Queen also to get rid of Abigail. She's like, I think that, leave her to me. I think that she is, she's bad news. She's a viper. It's like, well, I like the way it feels when she puts her tongue inside me. Rachel's like, this isn't going to be good. Rachel not Rachel, you did the same thing you did. Sarah goes back to Abigail and tells her she's done. Like, she's sacking her. And I think this is when this happens. And this is then where Abigail kind of hits herself with a book several times to make it look like.
Yeah, well, they're throwing books at each other at one point in the library. Yeah.
And so she goes back to the Queen, kind of playing on her sympathy towards that. So she's still very much in the mix. And then, I want to say probably the next major thing that happens between the three of them is the tea incident then. Because it's pretty dire at this point that Abigail gets Sarah out of the picture. She's also already negotiated with Harley that if she does the spying, that he'll do something for her. That he will essentially go to the Queen and not on her behalf, but to convince her to make her a lady and approve a marriage between her
because Samuel is
Masham.
Yeah, Samuel Masham's crushing on her pretty hard. So
right,
that's
but he's
not the word they
marry
use.
her because she's beneath him, blah 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 blah. But the Queen can make anything happen.
She's the Queen. I mean,
but in order for that to happen, like you said, Sarah has to be out of the way because she would never allow that.
And the Queen even says as much, that if she were here, she would stop this in an instant. Let's do it quickly. While she's gone.
Yeah.
But the reason why she's gone is because her tea was poisoned by Abigail. And
I have a question about this.
Yeah.
So her tea gets poisoned. She realizes it's poisoned. She drinks the rest of it, knowing there's something wrong with it, and then just runs away and jumps on a horse and goes. Why? Do you think she knows it was poisoned? She does look at her. And
she does think
she
it's
looks
something.
She looks at it twice, and then she looks at Abigail.
She would drink the rest of it if she knew it was poisonous.
But then she runs and gets on a horse and just goes? Like, what is she doing?
That's a good question.
Could it be that she might be trying to get into a situation where she might have sympathy from the queen or attention from the queen or something, like the look, more of the back and forth?
I don't know that she would willingly put herself in that position. Like, she's been poisoned. She doesn't know how bad it is. The only care she's going to get likely is where she's at. And she could use it to get Abigail kicked out. Like, she didn't do any of that. She runs away. So,
yeah, I don't know.
It makes me wonder about the end that we'll talk about later, because she says something to Abigail that's very intriguing near the end of this movie. But anyway, it just struck me as odd at the time. I'm still not totally sure about it, like why she would do that.
Sure. I'm not totally sure either.
But anyway, she ends up falling off the horse and being stuck like by her ankle to the stirrup or whatever, and gets dragged and then picked up. I don't know what this brothel is, but
I don't know. But the king is right over there. He'll be with you in a moment.
He'll be with you next.
Yeah. She basically wakes up. Her face has been cut like really badly, where like it's so bad the queen doesn't even want to look at it. Right. Yeah, it's not a good situation that she's in. But while she's gone, the queen, grants essentially ladyship to Abigail. But the longer that Sarah is gone, the more she becomes concerned about her not returning. She kind of goes back and forth a little bit of,
the queen's like, she's punishing me.
But then like the next moment she'll be worried about her, and then the next moment she's like, no, forget her, she's gone, or whatever. It's very manic.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's that it's kind of like the beginning of their separation towards the end, right? Where she doesn't understand if it's a game that Sarah's playing with her and what the rules are, right? So she thinks it's a game. She thinks that, I'm supposed to not care. It's what she wants. But then she realizes she does care, and the time has gone on longer than she would have expected. So she gets worried, and then she does send men out to find her. But eventually, like, Sarah saves herself. She says, if you go to a certain lake, there'll be a man with a duck. Bring him to me.
Yeah. Good old Godolphin.
Godolphin comes. He's like, Abigail did this.
Well, also, we should mention that Lady Sarah's husband is on the mainland, like basically fighting this war.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's been gone for a while, but
he lost a battle, and they're waiting for reinforcements. But like good old politics, they can't agree on sending those reinforcements. But Abigail actually shows some good poise and political poise here, and explains to the queen in terms she can understand as a party, right? And but at the end of it, she's essentially, well, we know they can get all dressed up. They're just not going to go to the party unless they need to. Right, and then so the queen very, very, very like clearly states the purpose of, all right, let's send the brigade, but they don't attack. They will and wait, and if they're needed, if the defeat was indeed bad enough, we can send them in and they can assist. But yeah, that's the other thing about Sarah is she's got a vested interest in the war machine because her husband is the head of the war machine, right? Mm-hmm. So it's very much part of like why she politics the way she does, because it's about her husband and her family's glory as well.
Yep.
And there's a food fight. Well, I wouldn't even call it a food fight. It's just a naked guy holding his junk, getting pelted by tomatoes.
They're oranges. They're not even tomatoes. They're oranges. Yeah. They're like split oranges so that they break in two when they hit the guy. And he's like teasing them.
He
and
seems
like,
to be having fun. But
he seems to be having fun, but like he's laughing at them when they miss. And then they stop.
Jester, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I just figured that, I thought of it as, oh, yeah, so Harley is full of shit. He just probably pulled this guy up off of the farm, promised him some money,
too, yeah.
and, let us belittle you. Here's some wine and some money.
Oh, yeah. Harley is no man of the people. That's just,
Right.
That just happens to be his cause to power. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man. But I love, he like right at the end before it cuts, that guy slips and he's about to eat it hard and it cut. I was like, damn, that's going to hurt, man. It's okay. Bust the tailbone.
Oh man. So in reality, yes, Sarah and her husband were legitimately exiled, and there was a desire.
Well, she ain't even come back yet. Has she?
Oh yeah, she's got to come back.
Well, sure, but like, yeah, we're getting to that point where it's like, she comes back and she basically, it's like, Abigail is kind of flaunting that she now basically has the power that Sarah had.
Well, she offers her a truce, and Sarah says no. And Sarah goes to the queen and is like, it's either she goes now, or I release these sexy letters I have from you that will prove you to be a deviant or whatever,
Oh, and also I want the entire cabinet to be my picking.
Oh, yeah, she does add that thing too. But Anne is like, no, I'm not going to do that.
She calls her bluff. Yeah.
Yeah, she calls her bluff. And then another proof point to your thing about their relationship and how she actually cares for the queen. She burns the proof. She burns the letters. And she goes back to the queen's door, I think maybe one more time, and says, just give this another shot. And the queen's like, is not having it, basically. She almost opens the door, but she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you were willing to expose me, so no, that is a really well shot from Sarah's side, where it's just the candlelight.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, she's basically out on her own at this point.
God, all the wide angle lenses in this.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. It really it gives a grand sense of scale for the size of these hallways and rooms that they're in. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I like it when I think it's Godolphin congratulates the queen when they do indeed send the rest of the troops to the party and they win the battle. The queen says, "Well, we must fight for what we fight for." It so perfectly encapsulates her like naivete about like what is it that's so important about this.
Yeah, what are we even fighting
Exactly.
for?
And how truly manipulated she is.
Yeah. Yeah, so Sarah, you were talking about Sarah being exiled, but were you saying that happened in real life, you said?
Yes. In real life, they were exiled. And when the queen passed away, like 17, 14, 15, something like that, 12, maybe 17, 12. Anyway, whatever it was, there was thought that they were about to reconcile, that, her old friend was going to, because they came home just after she died, and they thought that it was one of Queen Anne's last gestures was to call them home, basically.
Right.
So yeah, so that is a real story that, yeah, I mean, like, they were that close of friends that they thought this really, really was a low point in Queen Anne's life when she had to throw out her friend and most trusted confidant.
Yeah, and she exiled them because Abigail falsely claimed in this movie anyway, that they had been embezzling money.
Yes.
So yeah, that's one thing we didn't really talk about. At one point, we saw that Sarah was basically doing the books.
It's the keeper of the privy purse.
Yep.
And yeah, because like at one point she's like, "What was it? Eggs? Was it eggs that she was saying? Cream. It was cream. How expensive is this cream? Or how much? How are you bathing in the cream? You're buying so much of it. I mean, like, so like she has her fingers in all the pies, sort of, and also figuratively, and also literally. But she, so like. At this point now, Abigail has taken over all of those roles for her. But also, the Queen has recognized that Abigail is also not very good at this job because there's one night where like Abigail is like partying she's partying pretty hardy.
Well, she's out drinking. She's having affairs. She's abusing her damn rabbits.
Yeah, Abigail has become cruel, and she has reached the height of her ambition.
Yeah,
right. It's kind of another key difference between her and Sarah. Like Sarah has more ambitious goals for her power, and it's running the country. Abigail is not interested in that. She's interested, in getting drunk and fucking dudes and just.
She wanted her status back,
keeping her status. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
because she's doing the bare minimum.
Yeah,
right.
She comes when she's called, but she throws up in the royal vase.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like she's. I mean, like it's to the point she's called there to, like, help like work on the Queen's legs, and then when she throws up and says she's not feeling well, the Queen ends up calling the doctor for her, not for herself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this person is just does not have the fortitude that Sarah had, or the attention to her. I
don't even think the Queen is necessarily even angry yet.
No, but she is clearly,
because she wouldn't have called the doctors for her.
No, but she is clearly, there is a look of disappointment in this.
But what really gets her is when she's in bed at the end, and Sarah, like, I think Godolphin had talked to Sarah about sending a letter back to.
He also talked to the Queen too,
and they're gonna and a letter back to her because the Queen wants to hear from her and is willing to maybe mend fences, but Abigail is somehow knows that this is happening.
Well, she intercepts the mail.
Well, no, I mean, she knows that it's coming. That's why she's intercepting the mail, I assume, unless she was just like, I'm going to intercept the mail for whatever reason.
I mean, she's smart.
Yeah. She intercepts the mail and gets the letter. Sarah had a funny start to one of the letters. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, you cunt.
You cunt.
You cunt one. The other one was the name of the chapter, which is the final chapter. I jumped, I stabbed you in the eye.
Yes. Yes. The final chapter. Sounds like. Anyway, so Sarah intercepts that letter, and that kind of puts an end, or Abigail intercepts Sarah's letter, and then puts an end to that. And then the relationship, I guess, like continues to degrade for however long. And one day, Abigail is sitting in a chair in her room while the Queen is sleeping, and she starts literally stepping on one of the bunnies, which.
And Queen Anne can hear the rabbit squeal. Yeah.
Yes, rabbits have a horrible death scream.
She
it's so like when they're hurt, they make a lot of noise.
She's also in really bad shape. Like she can barely get around.
Well, half her face is like
she looks
sliding
like
off her skull.
Yeah. Also, it's at this point too that she's made up the lie that they were embezzling. The Queen has had her and
I already mentioned that. That happened a little bit ago.
That's happened.
Because this is the very end of the movie when she steps on the bunny. And yeah, and then to go back, she has this exchange with Abigail. She's like, she gets mad. She stands up. She demands that she comes over and rub her legs. And then she like grabs the back of her head. And I don't know if that turns into sex here or if she's just rubbing her legs.
I think it's just she's reasserting her power over the situation. She's like, oh, the queen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The queen is, but I don't know. What I meant was, I don't know if the grabbing of the back of the head and the leg rubbing becomes queen is demanding sex kind of thing instead of how it was before.
It could be, maybe. I didn't quite get that impression.
I was just thinking she was saying like, oh yeah, you're still a servant.
Yeah,
you're still you are.
Regardless of if it was
well, either way,
not,
like
the intent is the same. Yeah.
I just kind of took that as her like just basically saying, yeah, this is you're beneath me. You're beneath.
And I think that she has a lot of regrets about this. She realizes what she traded for, and she only has really one way of asserting her power, and that's by making sure she remembers she's the queen and you're here to serve me.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of manipulating that Abigail is capable of at this point.
Which brings me back to a question I was going to ask earlier, and about when Sarah leaves on the horse. Like, a part of me thinks, I don't know, this might even be stupid, because she asks Abigail when she comes back, do you think you've won? You think you've won? That you are in this position now? Did she want to leave? Did she want to be out of the castle and away from the queen? And I don't know. A part of me thinks she might have wanted to get out of the scenario and let Abigail.
It's possible. I mean, maybe she does see it as her way out. Which way she says it when she sees the men coming to their house. She says, to her husband, I've grown tired of England. I think let's go live somewhere else for a while. But obviously, that's kind of putting a cheery spin on what's about to happen because she knows. But I think there could be some truth to that, right?
Yeah, I'm very curious about her motivations and if she, because ultimately, Abigail ends up in a worse situation, right, for herself in a lot of ways. She got what she wanted, but she also got what she deserved.
Yeah.
In a way. And this might have been Sarah's future too, and she saw it coming and didn't want it. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that Abigail gets what she gets because she, again, has just no further ambition.
Right.
And honestly, no true history or friendship with the queen. That's what set Sarah apart. Is there was an inherent trust, and you do sense that yes, the Sarah is going to use her influence to get what she wants politically, but the queen is never going to be made to suffer,
right?
At least as far as she is capable of. She's not going to torture her rabbits, although she may not understand them, right? So the queen is also worse off, far worse off than she was. And I think she recognizes that.
Yeah.
And that's part of her power play at the end. Nobody really wins here, I think, which is probably the ultimate point.
Except for Robert Harley.
Well,
probably.
Yeah, he does kind of win. Yeah.
Yeah, because Harley does become the,
of course the man wins.
Over.
Of course, the man wins, right?
He is
Lex
late now.
Wins it.
Yeah.
Yep.
In real life, Robert Hartley would be taken out of power, and due to like some sort of a loss in the war, he ends up getting thrown in jail for a little bit. Like he gets He gets impeached and then tossed in the jail into the London Tower for a little bit.
Dang.
Interesting.
So yeah, political shenanigans.
His portrait is very extravagant.
And then he gets thrown around by a duck at the end of this movie. Sorry.
Quack.
No, I thought this was a very good movie. I think I still like Poor Things more. Because Poor Things is a little stranger, a little weirder.
It certainly is stranger and weird.
But yeah, no, I mean, Olivia Colman is very good in this. Yeah.
Everyone's pretty good. Yeah.
It's hard. This is more kind of one of those movies where it's hard to do it justice talking about it in a lot of ways because it looks so magnificent and so much of the power and the enjoyment of it is in the words, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of just impossible to replicate the dialogue and how people talk to each other and the language that is used. It's just a very good script. But yeah, I really enjoy just listening to this movie in a lot of ways too, just as much as I like looking at it.
High marks for this movie, but I agree with you. It was like, it's difficult to do it justice and say a lot about it.
Yeah, because the dialogue is the real champ here.
It really is.
It's kind of like explaining a Stephen King book to somebody because you can't really say what everyone's saying, and like the dialogue is what's so good about most Stephen King.
You can't paint the same picture,
right?
Yeah.
Right. Just read the fucking book. At this point.
Because like we could have talked about like how they had that mud bath and they had like a whole game about painting mustaches.
Oh God, yeah.
Onto and like
Mr.
pretending
Crowley.
What if I were to slip under? I don't remember.
I mean,
but
everything Nicholas Hoult says and does is insane. Like, ugh, it's so good.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, but like at the same time, though, it's like this is and again, it's kind of heightened ridiculousness to tell the story of, here's the story about the rich squabbling over things that any old person might, but also trying to pretend like they are better than everybody else while also doing things like throwing books at each other and like throwing oranges at people and, pushing people down into in the trenches. And then, but also like a central key conflict in this is that they're fighting over the taxation of the common man who we pretty much never see, and we never see the war either. So it's like all of this stuff that is it's background noise that these people don't really care about. Nope. But they will say they care about it, but they don't care about it.
They don't. The only reason they care about it is if there's something vested in it that means they should care about it, that will help them, either keep or rise to power.
Right.
Yep. But yeah, you're so right. Like the way they all behave is so common.
Yeah.
Right. Their actions, they just have nicer clothes and
they're just slathered with a layer of money or not even money or privilege, title, right?
Billionaires are people too, guys.
Yeah. Right. They're just like us.
I mean, you guys are making that argument.
Will somebody think about the billionaires?
I'm saying that there's nothing special about them. Is what
especially when you inherit power. Like there's
nothing special about you. You just have money. Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the most untalented people are the people who kind of just fall into a situation or are artificially lifted to something. It's like those are all like the most untalented people.
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. We could probably argue about that for a couple hours. I just think them being more common and more like us when you inherit power is probably true. I think a lot of rich people have done something special to be that. Unfortunately, as much as we don't want to admit it, not all of them.
I mean, a lot of old money, it starts somewhere, somehow.
Well, that's
right?
Inheritance. We're talking about inheritance again.
But like, there's a lot of rich people on YouTube who are absolutely talentless. And hey, guess what? It's not the three of us because we're not rich.
I mean, they're rich for a reason. Like if they're YouTube TikTokers, whatever, they're doing something.
Tim Pool is not talented.
Something they do appeases people.
Fair enough. I mean, I guess just rage bait is a thing. But yeah, I mean, like when it's inherited like that, like there are a lot of really, really stupid people who have way too much power. And I'm going to guess in about a month, I'll be drawing a lot of parallels.
All right. Well,
I don't know. I do understand why this is considered one of the best movies of this century so far.
It's really good.
Looks good. It's well paced. You don't really feel the time.
Interesting that Kate Winslet was originally going to be Sarah, but had to drop out.
She'd have been good.
She'd have been good.
And she would have been a little more on Olivia Colman's side of age, I think, because you don't really feel that Rachel, no disrespect to her at all, could have been childhood friends with Olivia Colman.
I wonder.
You know what I mean?
Actually, Rachel Weisz is older than Olivia Colman.
No fucking way.
She's older than Olivia Colman?
Yep. Rachel Weisz is 55. Olivia Colman's 51.
Huh.
That is insane. Well, they make Olivia Colman look a lot older in this too.
They make her look tired, right? Yeah. They make her sick and tired. But
she definitely looks older than she looked in real life.
She's
for sure.
Absolutely.
Lost 17 children she's been pregnant and lost 17 shots.
That's insane. My grandmother had 12 kids.
I can't imagine what that does to your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, so fucking well deserved her Oscar. I'd like to see, I don't know, I haven't seen Rachel Weisz and Olivia Colman haven't worked with Yorgos since this. And he's on to like his fourth movie now since.
That's all Emma does.
No,
it's almost as if she snuck her way in and got them kicked out.
Kind of does.
That's funny.
I don't know that Olivia Colman works a ton. I don't know how much
she was wonderful in the most recent Paddington movie. God damn it! Great. I will find I mean,
I love her and everything.
Rachel Weisz has only done one movie since this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she works that much. I think it's probably a personal thing.
Well, she did Dead Ringers, right?
Yeah, she did. She did that. I never did finish that. She was really good in it. Yeah, that's right. She did do that.
Hey, man, when you're Mrs. James Bond, you do whatever you want.
Oh, is she married to James Bond?
Craig? Yeah, Daniel Craig.
I don't get into all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's one of those situations where they've been married for a while. They have like kids and they're like seemingly like a very good couple, you know.
Like Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson now?
Apparently so, yeah.
Romantically entangled?
I know. We were talking about that
before we
started the episode, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you said that.
That's kind of
specific. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right. What's next week?
What are next?
What are next?
It's a movie about me.
It's about Jason. It's about me. It's about all of us.
It's my pick for the New York Times best movies of the 21st century so far
that you
I
hadn't
have not seen. I don't think either of you had seen. We're doing The Worst Person in the World.
Now, Jason,
we're going to Norway.
I need you to say it in Norwegian.
Tak. It's about the only word I know in Norwegian.
Okay. Well,
It's the only word
I think we're going to have fun pronouncing names next week, Jason.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it. Take care of it.
That'll be tough. I didn't think the names were too bad in that, though.
No, they're not, but there are certain ways of saying it. We'll see. But no, spoiler alert.
I mean, Julie's the main character. That's not too bad.
No, it's not. It's Julia.
Is it Julia?
It's Julia. I mean, it's spelled like Julie, but no, it's Norwegian, man. You gotta make everything almost German.
It's Julie, like
Julia,
but it's Julie.
Yeah.
Julia.
We'll talk about it next week. We'll talk about it next week because I took German, and this is pretty close. Scandinavian languages are pretty closer, at least in terms of affectation. I know. Well, I'll take care of you.
Next week, Verdens Verste Meneski.
There it is.
Yeah.
Chuck knows what's up. Anyway, so yeah, Worst Person in the World. That is August 13th, right here at filmseizure.com. That's where you can go to find all of the places you can follow us on social medias, as well as where you can
Nailed it.
subscribe. All the places you can subscribe to listen to new episodes as they come out. So, Wednesday, August 13th, The Worst Person in the World. This upcoming Monday, all those same places, filmseizure.com, I have my second episode of this month's Monster Mondays theme of looking at Doctor Who episodes from my favorite Doctor, John Pertwee. And that is Inferno, my favorite episode of Doctor Who of all time. That is on Monday, the 11th of August. Go to filmseizure.com. That's where you can find all of that stuff. This upcoming Friday at my website, bmovieanima.com, that's Friday the 8th, I have a review of Scared to Death, which is a little monster movie about a synthetic monster that lives in the sewers of Los Angeles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's not a bad little flick either. Anyway, so that's what you can do to do all that. So, yeah, the favorite. We did it.
We did it.
So until then, until we head over to the bright and sunny world of Norway, I am Jeff Arbuckle.
I'm Chuck Moore.
I'm Jason Oliver, and you have been listening to Film Seizure.